Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel at the Prado Hospital. We're doing a vehicle inspection on an LC 120. We're going to have a quick look around. This is a free inspection. If you want to know more about the free inspections, stay tuned on our channel and also on our Facebook page, the Prado Hospital. That's where it will be announced. Now, this isn't the free inspection that's planned. This is the unplanned free inspection. So this vehicle's here for injectors and other sort of related works. We're currently doing a transmission oil flush, so you may see some mess around that area. We actually let the transmission, the torque converter, drain overnight to make a little head start, and we're just going to give it a good flush this morning. We do have some free vehicle inspections though. They'll be announced at the last minute. You need to stay tuned. It's probably likely going to be announced on maybe a Monday evening or a Tuesday sometime, or late Tuesday. For either Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning are going to be the most likely. It's going to be like about an hour. You're going to need to be on time. So Melbourne based, it's going to need to be, please be here at 8 o'clock sharp, and we need you gone by 9 o'clock sharp, sort of something like that. I don't want to be rude or anything, but we're busy, so we really need to keep it like that. So it's the sort of thing you can wait for. You can stand at the door, you can watch and see, and a bit of communication, that sort of thing. So if you're up for that, of course you can book in for it, or you can sit tight. Could take you weeks, months or years, but you may get your free inspection. Or if you get other major work done, there's a possibility of a free inspection like this. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, having a look at the radiator. It's 2009, between 250 and 300,000 Ks. This is probably what you're going to expect to see. The usual sweat on the steering rack boot. I'm going to get my assistant to check a few things with his hands, mate. Can you just check for playing these front wheel bearings for me? We'll just let everyone know they're the sort of key things we're going to look for. These should have already been replaced as prevention. The vehicle does do trips. Looks got some OME suspension in there. Let's have a look at the bushes, right? Typical. They don't look too bad, but they don't look too good. So that's just due to be replaced. It looks like it's got play in it. Yeah, that's moving. Yep, so that bearing's got moved. Can you keep wobbling that so we can try and demonstrate for people? I'm just going to focus on the tyre at the control arm. I'm going to hold it still. Right, so it's only a little bit of movement. Yeah, a couple of mil. Let's check the other side. Hey, I'll have a look at these bushes while we're... Oh, this arm, look how it's pushed forward. So these bushes, yeah, they're gone, right? So these ones are completely gone. This vehicle is going to need some work. So sometimes the free inspections aren't really that good for you. So you might not want to come for a free inspection. Okay, front lower control arm bushes at the forward. You can see it's rubbing on the body there. See the gap at the right side of the pitch is not there, and the left side's there. So completely gone. Oh, we finally got some good ones that are completely shagged. Look at this. Oh, not really. See up the top's really twisted. Up there, the bottom has got the usual split, only a little bit, but there's a lot of twist on that. I'm suspect maybe someone's done an alignment. See where the camber pin is? They're trying to get it into alignment, and I think they've twisted the hell out of that. Maybe I could be wrong. We haven't done an oil change. We didn't leave that oil sitting there like that, not me. Now let's have a look at the bush. Let's check this bearing, mate. How about that one? Oh, I can see it and hear it. Now this is, I've got to tell you guys, today's Wednesday. On Monday, and the inner rack end, go for that again, please. Yeah, inner rack end. Now do the up and down. Definitely wheel bearing and definitely inner rack end. Now this is really important information. Let's continue. We've got our hands. Can you continue that, please, mate? With your hand at 6 and 2 on the clock, wobbling the wheel up and down to check the play and the bearing, because we don't want to confuse that with. Now please change to 3 and, what is it? 3 and 9. You know what I mean? I'm not that good with time, right? So you're going to get a little bit of bearing there, but I can see without even feeling it, there's inner rack end movement there. Would you agree? You can feel it as well. Was there any rack end? Let's check the other side again for rack end movement. So let's go the 3 and tyres looking pretty worn as well. There's some money to spend on this vehicle. Not much really. No, he's giving me the nod. No, nothing. Okay, good. So where were we? So we've got front wheel bearings. We've got inner rack end. I'm kind of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but also you may as well do the two. So 2 inner rack ends. You need new suspension. Let's have a look at these bushes. Going to need 2 new, look, you can tell the same already, because look, there's no gap at the front and the back's gone. This has just been, I can tell you what happens. This sort of vehicle that's been taken to your typical workshop that doesn't know what to look for. This is what you get, guys. You want a cheap service. If you want a cheap service, right? Just going to stop for a minute and explain something, right? This is where you get what you pay for. If you want a cheap service, right? You will get what you pay for. You want a $149 service? Oh, you want a $189 service? You want a $229 or a $250? You need to go somewhere else. We don't do any of that stuff, right? We tell you everything the vehicle needs, like this, and we don't tell you about crap it doesn't need. We know the vehicles very well. We're here, we're running a business. We need to pay wages, we need to make money, is in for ourselves. The business needs to make profits. We need to allow for costs of running a business. Any service here at the Prado Hospital is going to start from around the $500 mark. Now, there's a few variables, give or take. We've got oil, we've got filters, we've got grease, lubrication, we've got time, we've got diagnostic equipment. It's not a 20-minute in and out job. Otherwise, this is what you get. If we book in 20 cars a day, bang, bang, bing, bing, bing. One's in at 9, it's out at 20 past. Next one in at 20 past, out at 9:40. In at 9:40, out at 9:40, back in at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock, out at 10 o'clock, in at 10:20. 10:20, we're in, 10:20, at 10:40, we're out. We do this all day till lunchtime, and then we sit and go, mate, I'm buggered. Oh, mate, we're pumping out these oil changes, mate. How much money were we making? Oh, we made $68 off that one, and we made $81 off that one. Oh, we're doing well, like we did a lot of these. No, we don't do that. We're going to take it easy. We're going to slow down. We're going to check the vehicle properly. I hope you had a laugh there. This wasn't planned, guys. I don't plan this stuff. I just roll. This is how it is. I hope you like it. Hope you like me, but you know, if you don't, it's bad luck, mate. I'll tell you the truth. If you can't handle the truth, see you later. Anyway, all right, maybe $400, maybe $450, maybe $500, maybe $550. That's where we start on a service to do checking the vehicle properly, plugging in, checking the diagnostic, checking the vehicle bumper to bumper to let you know what it needs, including a video like this to show you. And you know what? I'm not going to I don't need to spend a lot of detail on this vehicle because we don't want to cause too much depression. We're taking care of your mental health, right? There's enough problems we've found already. So the reason this is like this, what I'm getting at, it's gone to your everyday mechanics or whoever it is that don't know most vehicles specifically. Bring it in, give it an oil change out the door. They wouldn't know what checking an oil pickup is. If you asked them, they'd probably look at you confused. All these components, mate, some people check them, some people don't, whatever, right? And this is going to be a big bombshell of money to spend because they haven't given you the requirements for this vehicle, and that was at 200,000 Ks, change the front wheel bearings. You've saved all this money from repacks every 40,000 Ks compared to like an 80 series, whatever, right? You know, used to pay for repacks every 40,000. Who's new to four-wheel driving? You never had an 80 series or a Patrol or anything like that? Well, that's what we worked on. They're the vehicles we owned and used, right? We've had four-wheel drives in the family since, I don't know, what is it, the late 80s, somewhere around there. GQ Patrol is the first one that I can think of. Was that late 80s, early 90s, something like that. We had the 80 series, we had the 100 series, all that. Anyway, doesn't matter about that. What matters is there was maintenance. You don't have, these are sealed bearings, but what I'm telling you is, and look, you know, plan ahead for this, right? Because what's going to happen when people see this video, everyone's going to come and buy those front wheel bearing assemblies off me. The shelf's full at the moment. It's about to be empty when this video's out, right? So just plan ahead. Monday mornings, 8 a.m, send the text message. If we run out, there'll be more coming. You just need to wait patiently. These front lower control arms, generally we don't keep them in stock. We've got to sit there at the moment. They may get used on this vehicle. They may get used on another one. People need them. The point is, these bushes, they're flogged. And it's a lot to do with how the vehicle's used. Have a look at those. All right. So we're going to show you the real thing. So we pretty well covered what's going on at the front, right? It's typical. You know that already from watching these videos. You already know. I'm getting a sore hand, actually. I'm getting a bit of, is it RSI or something like that? I'm going to swap hands for a minute. Here we go. I'm just going to have a rest that hand for a minute while so front end here, 200,000 Ks for the front wheel bearings. Generally, the front lower arms are around the 250 to 300 if you've looked after them, okay? Those inner rack ends, it's check and replace as necessary. They're about $300, maybe a bit less, and then a bit of labour to put them in there, and you need a wheel alignment, of course, to confirm all that's correct. So you got inner rack ends, you got control arms, you got your front wheel bearings. Suspension, you know, as I said, the specialist told you, it's good for 80,000 Ks. This has done a lot more than 80,000 Ks, I can tell you, right? Let's just have a look at this bush in here as well, just because we can. Yeah, it's starting to mushroom out a little bit. It just means it's done a lot of work. Okay, I'm not picking on OME. They're okay, mate. They're made in South Australia, Australian made. You know, I like to support Australian-made products, Australian-made jobs, quality businesses, mate. We're here for quality. We're here to do things right. We like value for money. We don't like waste. We're here to try and help you save money, make your vehicle reliable, give you the right information, because there's so much wrong information and so much pathetic workmanship in all industries, not just automotive. So look out. People, you need to, everybody needs to help to get the quality up there on all industries, really, to be quite honest. Anyway, let's have a look. We're doing a transmission flush. You can see, look, no drip, drip, drip. We let it drain overnight. It's beautiful. Original pan gasket. That's what we like to see. Auto's nice and dry, beautiful. So we're going to find some good news now, right? We've given all the bad news. We're going up here. We're going along here. Look at that, mate. Nearly 300,000 Ks. It's not an oil leak. It's just there might be the slightest, and it's not from the tail shaft. We've established that. Well, it could be, but I doubt it. You can see the difference between what's around there and what's at the bottom. The transfer case seal might have the slightest little weep, and that's, just forget about it. But like I've said, I know exactly what goes on there. There's not meant to be oil. It's an air compartment. We know all that. I'm just trying to show you ways, not necessarily this being a good example. It could have been here, whatever. Clean that and a slight thing of RTV. No one's looking. It just clean, if that's what you want. If that was my car, I wouldn't even worry about it. Just wash it, right? Whatever. I'm not going to pull the transfer case out to replace a seal for that, or even if it's worse than that. Now, this driveline looks fairly dry, especially considering the dust. I believe it's just got back from outback Queensland and Northern Territory type thing. Now, one other thing that happens, if you hear a little vibrate, if you do a lot of outback trips and tracks and all that sort of thing, and you hear a annoying vibration, what happens? This little weld here, see this weld? I can't hold the light end point, but it's that one there, right? That there, that breaks away, and then this sort of flaps around. Hasn't happened on this one. Happens on, look, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different on the 150s. They've got a little spot weld there. It happens on the 120s and the 150s, don't get me wrong. It happens on both. So you can just get a, someone that can weld and just tack that up along there, or you can get the K-on underbody protection if you're hitting the tracks. Now, the front bash plate on this one look like it needs some K-on. This one doesn't look too bad, other than it's got a really big dent right about there. But overall, not too bad. You don't necessarily need it. That filter there, in case you missed it, every 20,000 Ks. That's the one that's meant to be changed every 20,000. Let's go to the back. Let's have a refresher and go to the back here and have a look what we got. We've got a tow bar. We've got someone that tows a caravan. We've got some old mud up here. Stick the hose up there and wash it all out. Up under here, we're just having a look around. There's not going to be anything to see here. We're just having a look, because sometimes I go, lucky we looked there, right? Oh, it's had the rear old man EP, the nitro charger, still different sticker on those ones. There you go. Okay, rear brakes about half worn. Just having a quick look, I'm just quick. This is your free inspection and free video, whatever, right? So what do you want for nothing, Anyway, all right, there's your lower bushes. I don't know, I see some people writing on, they replace these. Mate, I've never seen them even crack. There's no need to ever replace your lower trailing arms or bushes until I say so, okay? I've never seen them crack. Same as what I had the other day. There's someone going on about, the auto coolers, how, the cooler goes through the radiator, and, I've changed heaps of Prados, I've had the mix and all that, and I'm like, I don't know how someone like myself can work on Prados all day, every day, and never have even seen one or heard of one. Not even heard of one, including all the people I talk to in the industry, whether it's Toyota dealers, other workshops, whatever, workshop partners, mechanics, owners, whatever. I've never even heard of the mix happening on one of these cars, but there's someone putting comments on the YouTube there. So fair enough, if you've seen it, you've seen it, but I just don't, it doesn't make sense that the numbers we see and talk to people have never seen it, and then you've seen, I've done this many. So anyway, whatever, each to their own. See that strap for the fuel tank, yeah, it's like right against that pin. I tend to want to push that back in, but it doesn't matter. But you know what I'm going to point out next, all the regular viewers, right? If you haven't already, you want to subscribe and turn the bell on, because this is the best information you can get for your motor vehicle. If you're not subscribed, you're just ripping yourself off. See that fuel filler hose? You can see the cracks in it right in the middle there, right? With a bit more movement, eventually that'll crack through. Maybe, maybe not. It's a diesel. The diesels don't go as bad as the petrols. All the petrol 120s, you need to replace this hose if you haven't done it already. It's about a bit under $100 from your local Toyota dealer, or we keep them in stock, and our workshop partners, some of them keep them in stock or readily accessible because we tell people about it, and of course they keep them there in stock because everybody buys them and replaces them because they don't want fuel leaking everywhere. So rear brakes, yeah, these ones about 30% left on the rear. No rear axle seal leaks. That's something that's going to come up soon. Rear axle bearings at around the 350 mark, you know. Now what I was trying to look at was the upper trailing arm bushes because they crack up a bit sometimes, right? So, you know, what we see on thousands of cars is what it is, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything, you know. I know I sound like I'm arrogant. People tell you, but it's just the experience and the knowledge, and it's just the way it is. Sorry, I don't know, whatever, you know. But look, what we see, if we see this on hundreds of cars, it's what it is, right? I can see up the front there's a little bit of twisting. It's not the end of the world. It's hard, you won't be able to see, it's way up there. But there's a little bit of twisting and cracking. It's certainly not urgent. You've got to be careful because these are, what are these? They retail about, they used to be at $300 each. They retail about $220 each, these upper arms. Of course, you can change your bushes with aftermarket, blah, 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 and you pay labour for all that. Look, we sell these for about a bit under a couple $100 each. It's something you're going to do every 300,000 Ks, right? Who cares? Bang, we just swap the arms out, right? $400, bit of like $500 with a pair, bang, done, you know. It's not nothing, but it's nothing over 300,000 Ks. And you've got the original Toyota, bada bing, back to how it was. Of course, you can change the bushes if you like, but from my experience changing bushes, we won't go into it. It's in other videos, right? So, this is inspection. What else we see? There's a bit of surface rust on everything, you know. It's done some trips. It's been around some beaches and stuff like that. So like I said, I haven't seen anything else down the rear. Now, I haven't put my hands on anything to check plane shafts, uni joints, and all that sort of thing. There could be a whole heap of play in this shaft right here. Oh, guess what? You know, all the regulars know what's going on there. I shouldn't even say anything, should I? The oil leak. See all that oil there that everyone's wondering about. Why is that oil there? And it's untied on the housing there. And this is what you get if you wait till the end. If you don't watch till the end, well, guess what? They all ripped themselves off, all those people that left 6-7 minutes ago. So hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. You know how it works so that you don't miss anything. And there is the oil leak. That little cap there. You get yourself the cap, the O-ring, and you replace that, and that oil that's coming down there, down the side, that's what's on the bottom of the sump down there. It's on the back. Guess what? The place where he gets it serviced, they didn't tell him about that because they either don't know or don't care. They're too busy. Yeah, remember? In at 10, out of 10:20, in at 10:20, out of 10:40, in at 10:40, at 11 o'clock. Got another one in at 11, out of 11:20. Back out at 11:20, got another one in 11:40. 11:40, we're out. We've got another one in the door at 12. Whew, lunchtime. Let's take a break. Guys, we're out of here. We've got to get this work done. There's your free inspection. I hope the owner likes that, and I hope you guys like it for a bit of information. You know, the usual exhaust gasket squeak could be coming from there. That's where it's at, guys, right there. 2 little bolts, change the gasket in there. Anyway, whew, yeah. Mate, I'm tired just thinking about pumping out services every 20 minutes for $149 or whatever they do. And then what do? You know what they do. I'll tell you what they do. Oh, mate, this one needs brakes, this one needs tyres, this one needs suspension, this one needs bushes. They tell you everything you need general information. They've got to sell stuff to make money because, you know, and by the way, this does need tyres and they're wearing unevenly. Probably due to those bushes being completely flogged. It would drive like an absolute not so good. And yeah, you can see it feathering on the inside and really wearing badly on those side blocks. The middle's not too bad. It looks a little bit underinflated at the front. Let's have a look at this side as well. Not as bad. Oh, funny that. Anyway, yeah, those bushes, their bushes are flogged. I'm going, guys. I've got to go. Got to do some work. Thanks for watching. Love you. Hate to leave you, but I gotta go. See ya.